Hello everyone, this is Pat with Angel Divination with our daily oracle card reading and message for the 15th of February 2012. I hope you had a lovely Valentine's Day yesterday, whether you're in a relationship and got treated to something by your sweetheart or whether you maybe just hung out with some friends. I hope you had a lovely day and got to enjoy spending time with someone. um, for today's reading, I've decided to call on the Saints and Angels Oracle card deck because I think Valentine's Day reminded me that it was about Saint Valentine, I think. I think he was a saint associated with that. I may also call on the daily guidance from your Angels Oracle card deck. So from the Saints and Angels Oracle card, we got the card from Saint Padre Pio, and the message is healing. And Saint Padre Pio was a healer, very devoted to helping heal the sick and those who were destitute. He's also known for being someone who he suffered or had the stigmata show on his body. And the stigmata, for those who may not be aware, are the wounds of Jesus. And he, the stigmata formed on his body when he was kneeling before a crucifix. So, and for those who have that, it's literally the a wound that shows up in the palms of your hands and your feet, and even I think somewhere on your torso. And people who have that are known to be very saint-like and healers in their lifetimes, as Jesus obviously was a healer. So he's bringing in this message for us today. As I look at it, it's indicating to me that there's some situation in your life, or even maybe a physical ailment that you have going on, that is healing. You can call on St. Padre Pio for healing, but to me it is indicative that healing is taking place in some aspect of your life. I feel like there's some of you out there who have been praying for the physical healing of some issue, either for yourself or for a child. And so, St. Padre Pio's message comes to you today, letting you know that your prayers have been heard and answered, and there is healing, either on its way to you or that will be taking place. And for some of, pardon me, with this persistent cough that I have, for other people out there, I feel like some have been praying because, they may have been very heavy-hearted, maybe at the loss of a loved one, or, maybe this time of year, reminds you of someone, a loved one that you lost, either because of Valentine's Day, or maybe it's just the month. I know for me, my mother, who's in spirit, her birthday was on the 12th. So this time of year tends to remind me of her also. So it indicates that there's some healing going on. It may be some emotional healing for you, especially if, Valentine's Day brought up any, feelings of loneliness or sadness around the breakup of a relationship from the past. So, kind of allow that healing to take place. It may be part of the gifts from God that we got yesterday from Sandalphon. Sometimes gifts show up in unusual ways, and we don't always realize that they're gifts when we first encounter them. But later, through the process of healing, we realize that some situation or circumstance did really provide a lot of healing for us, and maybe did have what we call a blessing in disguise. And so St. Padre is working with you today, and you can call on his healing energies, and it may show up in ways that he's known for very miraculous healings. So call on his energies today and know that they're working with you. Let's see what the daily guidance from the Angels Oracle card deck has to what that message is. Oh, this card jumped out. I did not pick this card. As I was shuffling, it jumped out. It says blessing in disguise, and that's just what I said a moment ago. And it says, what appears to be a problem is actually part of your answered prayer. You'll understand the reasons behind your present situation as everything resolves. Trust in heaven's protection and infinite wisdom to answer your prayer in the best way. So, I just think that's so interesting that I just said that in talking about the healing card. And it feels like, that for some of you out there, there might be a real drama going on right now. And, where it feels like a crisis has happened. And, maybe it has you in a real tizzy, not knowing what to do and not knowing how it's going to resolve or what the outcome's going to be. And heaven is sending, the angels are sending you these, the saints and the angels are sending you these messages to let you know that everything's going to be okay, and really to trust that it's all going to work out in a beautiful way. Even though you can't see how right now, even if there's a situation that you've been frustrated by and you're like, I just don't know how to handle this. I don't know how to resolve it. I don't know what words to use. I don't know how to communicate it. Whatever the issue is, they are letting you know that it's all going to work out. And keep turning it over to them. Keep putting it in the hands of your angels, of God and the angels, or whatever saint you feel most aligned with. Whatever, maybe it's Jesus. Maybe you know of Padre Pio and feel connected to him, or maybe it's Mother Mary. Call upon the divine for help in the resolution of the issues. So, and like I said, sometimes things come into our lives, and this includes times when, I know I've come across many people who've had, and maybe you've heard the stories too, of people who've had diseases. Maybe they developed a cancer or some debilitating disease, and even as awful as it seemed at the time, as scared as they were of it, in many ways it turned out to be a blessing for them, because it changed their life in very dramatic and remarkable ways that allowed them to help so many more people in such a fulfilling way. And that's kind of a little bit, I'm not saying it's a blessing to get a disease. I mean, it's not always, but in other ways, when we have things that really transform our life in dramatic ways, it's difficult to see in that moment how it could possibly be a blessing, how the loss of our health, how the loss of our vitality, or having to deal with a difficult situation could possibly be a blessing. But sometimes it really can. It really can. And, have faith that ultimately you'll be able to see that as well. And that things will work out for you in the highest and best good. So that is our message for today. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you've had a blessing in disguise, please write and let me know about it. I love to hear stories. And I'll share mine with you too, for whatever mine is for today or that we come across. And remember, sometimes these messages come up a little bit ahead of time. Even though I'm picking it for today, the 15th, sometimes I find it may show up today, it may show up tomorrow, but it is something that's still imminent. And that is our message. So take care, everyone. I hope you have a lovely and beautiful day, Wednesday. Pardon me. And I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Take care.